Beware. Beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Your guardian of the First Amendment, radical radio, and it'll get worse. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Monday morning. I got something from IFCC attorney that Mark, the big faggot boy, Kern, they filed another complaint. Him and Bob, I wear my diapers proudly, Sprague, the guy that pisses in his drawers all the time and he wants to lead the St. Clair County Democratic Organization. They both should be flushed down the toilet, Kern and Sprague, because they're both a couple pieces of political crap. And you know, we brought these people to their knees. Do you know that? All you good citizens of St. Clair County, they have sent out hit piece after hit piece after hit piece after hit piece. They're going to spend about $2 million, people, to beat us, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Not a political party, but a patriotic movement. We have cost them more money than the last 6-7 elections. I have exposed these bastards, this culture of corruption, this democratic culture of corruption. I have embarrassed these son of a bitches. I have belittled them, berated them, humiliated them. And it's going to get worse, people. These asswipes used to walk around like they were something with their heads high. You see them now, they walk with their heads down in the ground because we've exposed them for what they are. The last 50 years, they've done nothing. And they're going to tell you they're going to continue progress. Hey, Mark, big faggot boy, Kern, if you know what I mean, buddy, and I think you and everybody else does. Faggot boy, what a name. What a disrespectful name for a disrespectful person. These bastards with money, him and Sprague. Hey, there's same-sex marriages in Illinois. I'm just asking, would you guys ever consider being married? Would you guys ever consider being married? I ask you that, Sprague and Kern, because you've been screwing all of us in St. Clair County, so that shows your sexual preference, if you know what I mean, faggot boy, Kern. And I think you do. This election's getting hot and heavy. But let me give you people some insight like I always have in the past. You remember that show where somebody would win and they'd give them a shopping cart and they'd run all around the store for 10 minutes to see what they could get in their shopping cart? Now, the younger generation, the millennials, won't remember that, but most of us old farts will remember that. That's what Sprague and Kern and the democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County, that's what they're going to do. This is their last election. Kern's got enough money. He does this for an ego run. Sprague's 73, 74 years old. If he gets elected, and I say if he gets elected, because this is about Sprague. This is not about the Democratic Party. So you good Democrats, don't think that you guys got a say in this play. It's about Sprague and Kern and the culture of corruption. You rank and file proud Democrats, you have no say in this party, and you get nothing but screwed by this party, as well as the decent Republicans. Sprague wants 4 more years. He's told people, I'm going down to Florida. I ain't putting up with this crap anymore. They'll grab like these people do at the store, and then when they leave, there'll be nothing left, people. We've got 4 years to stop them. Let's stop them now on November the 8th. Not trying to be melodramatic. That's the way it is. And it is serious, people. They'll walk out of here in 4 years if they win in November, and there'll be nothing left because nobody will give a damn like they haven't given a damn for the last 40 years. It's amazing. But we have brought them to their knees. And I think Mark, big faggot boy, Kern does his best work on his knees, if you know what I mean, and I think that you do. Kern, what an idiot you are. You notice these son of a bitches will not defend themselves, people. They have nothing to defend. Now, I'm one crazy, ignorant son of a bitch, and I'm a flawed individual, but I'll fight for you people. I've been fighting for the last 5 or 6 years. I made some bad choices 20 years ago. These son of a bitches, that's all they talk about. The couple bad choices I made, they linked me with all our good candidates. And people, let me tell you, and I'm serious as a heart attack, please, if I'm not worthy of your vote, don't vote for Bob Romanik, but don't let this democratic culture of corruption okey-fadoke you. They think we're stupid. Roger Cook, Carl Officer, Ed Cockrell, Dallas Cook, Gary Carnwell, Alenia Kaysen. There's some great candidates. But, they shook Bob Romanik's hand? They're on the same ticket with Bob Romanik's ticket? It's not Bob Romanik's ticket. It's the Freedom Coalition's ticket, uniting Democrats, Republicans, men, women, black and white. But see, I'm the bad guy. So they want to link me. They want to link me to all the other candidates, all the other great candidates. And I am not the best candidate, people. I'll tell you that. But for making a mistake 20 years ago, I fought back and I've tried to be a decent citizen. And I have been a decent citizen. But if I'm not worthy of your vote, I understand that. But please, don't take it out on the rest of the great candidates. Because here's Anthony Weiner, sexing scandal. You know Anthony Weiner, the congressman who showed his wiener? If you know what I mean, and I think you do. He's married to Hillary Clinton's top aide. Now, I'm not casting a bad light on Hillary on this. I'm just saying, no, you can't blame Hillary for what this Weiner, ignorant, stupid bastard did. And you can't blame all the other good candidates that are working with the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition for what Bob Romanik did 20 years ago. You can't do it. I'm the black sheep, people. If you don't want me, fine. But don't let these democratic culture of corruption bastards okey-fadoke you. See, I would be pissed because they think we're stupid. They want to link me. Hey, you ignorant bastards. Hey, Mark, the big faggot boy, Kern. Contrary to what you're trying to put out, I did not kill Abraham Lincoln, and I was not personal friends with Adolf Hitler. I'm surprised they haven't put that out. But you people are smarter than that. You know, when people give all these hit pieces, you haven't seen one bad hit piece that we put out on any of those candidates because we respect you people, not them. They haven't earned any of our respects throughout St. Clair County, but we respect you people. You're not stupid. You know it's a political game. You know at election time, they're going to put all the bad pieces out. They're going to twist and turn the facts, the truth. We're not going to insult you good people. Now, if they've done something wrong, I'm going to expose it. But I always tell you, listen to what I say. Don't believe me. Listen. And then research it, and then you'll believe what I say. But how can these hypocritical bastards, it's okay for Anthony Weiner, it's okay for all of their people to be bad people, but not their enemy. Their enemy, they're going to show you. They're going to tell you. There's something in the newspaper, and I can't find the son of a bunk right now, that says we need to get rid of Madigan up in Springfield. Well, sure we do. We need to get rid of Madigan. Do you think my opponent, LaToya Greenwood, is going to do that? Madigan wants a 33% tax increase. And if he's got the majority up there, along with LaToya Greenwood, and that's for all you people, black, white, Democrats, and Republicans, LaToya Greenwood is going to step and fetch for Madigan. It says here, it's time to get rid of Madigan. Illinois is facing a crisis. Hell yes, we are. Need to get rid of Mike Madigan. He's been in office for over 40 years, people, and he's been Speaker of the House for over 30. If you want Madigan to stay in control, vote the Democratic candidates for the House of Representatives. And Tim Buchanan, thank you very much. I don't think that's supporting me, but he's smart. He's smart. He knows that if the Democrats keep power in Springfield, that we're going to have a big tax increase, and it's going to affect all you good Democrats and all you good Republicans. But I promise you, If I don't do it, I'll blow my head off, and not politically, of course. I'll go up there from the House floor, and I'm going to let Madigan know what a no-good son of a bitch he is. He's been stealing for Chicago, and we've got nothing in Southern Illinois. Now, if you want a fighter, you vote for Bob Romanik. If you want somebody that's going to go up and bobblehead for Madigan, please don't give me your vote, because I'll disappoint you. I'm not going to fight for the Democrats. I'm not going to fight for the Republicans. I'm going to fight for my people in the 114th Legislative District. And if you don't want it, then vote for my opponent. If you want another Madigan bobblehead, LaToya Greenwood, who will be making $250,000 from the 3 tax-supported jobs that she'll be working, then vote for my opponent, and I'll understand. But we've got them on the run. Says get rid of Kern. Hell yes, get rid of Kern. Kern's done nothing. Kern's done nothing but spit poison this last 6-8 months. I don't spit poison, people. I tell the truth. I tell the truth. It's not poison. It is what it is. These bastards will flip the script. Now they've got a hit piece out on Laninia Kaysen. She's a candidate, the proud black lady from East St. Louis. They send some nasty stuff down. And, of course, she's associated with Bob Romanik. And you know what they said in this article? They didn't put it down below the hill. No. That would offend the blacks. See, they're really slick. They put it above the hill. And I didn't read it because I don't read those hit pieces because I know they're a bunch of lies. But anyway, it says, if she's elected, Bob Romanik will get special treatment at the courthouse. Are you nuts? I haven't been before a judge in 20 years, 18, 20 years. I've been a good citizen. She would have to recuse herself anyway, being associated with me. But how ironic, how hypocritical is it, people, that they talk about, I'll get special treatment. Bob Sprague, Bob, I wear diapers and piss in my pants, Sprague. He gets special treatment from every one of the judges. And he's been doing it for the last 20, 30 years. It's no big secret. Isn't it amazing, people, how they flip the script and it's do as I say, not as I do? But they think we're stupid, people. We're not stupid. That pisses me off more than the crap they've done to destroy St. Clair County, thinking we the people are stupid. But it's unbelievable, this election. Never in my life have we seen something like this. Again, LaToya Greenwood, the Democratic candidate, she's already sworn in an affidavit, and we're going to try to get a copy, that she will support the 33% tax increase for everybody all throughout my district, Mascouda, Lebanon, Shiloh, Millstadt, Freeburg, Smithton, all East St. Louis, Cahokia. She's going to support a 33% tax increase. And you poor people down there, you can't afford what's going on now. But we're going to take that, and I'm the bad guy. Also, I want to say the bad guy, Tom Holbrook, you lousy lying piece of crap, you no-count, good-for-nothing son of a bitch. He says, St. Clair County's voting machines operate properly. You're a damn liar, Holbrook. There's people went up, tried to vote for me, and it switched over to my opponent. Now, it doesn't do it all the time, but do you think people that make a mistake in there, most of them are proud people. They don't want somebody to think they're stupid. They'll just walk out of the voting booth and won't say anything. But there's been complaint after complaint after complaint. And for Mr. Haney, Tom Holbrook, you piece of crap, to say that the voting machines are operating properly, they had on national TV. Hey, there's only been about 20 cases of voting fraud throughout the United States. That's not counting St. Clair County where there's 5,000. These people are desperate. They're not stealing just from us, the candidates. They're stealing from you people. Your right to vote. The right that our proud military, our military heroes fought and died to give us that right. And these no-good son of a bitch in St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption vultures, they're going to disrespect our proud military heroes. We're not going to let that happen, people. We're not going to let it happen. I'm so pissed off at these bastards, not because of this election crap, but because of all the disrespect that they give out to all of us. And Holbrook, Mr. Haney, it's been alleged, you hear me, been alleged, and it's all over the internet. They talk about Bob Romanik being a bad guy. I've never been accused of being a faggot or a pedophile in my life. But some of their candidates have, and they will continue. And I believe most of it's truthful. And I want to ask you, Tom Holbrook, The crap, and I shouldn't say the crap, it's probably, I personally believe it's all true. Tom, Mr. Haney Holbrook, the reputable gentleman running our election process, he's running our election process. He's been accused of some salacious things. I say accused. Derek Wallace has got a nasty, we're not on the website, TomHolbrookExposed.com or something like that. It's all over the internet. And it's alleged at this time, people. It's alleged, and you go there, it's alleged that Tom Holbrook is a pedophile. I don't know if he is. I don't know what the situation is, but I know it's all over public domain out there. And if it's true, I'm the bad guy. Never been accused of pedophilia, never been accused of a faggot like these guys, but that's okay. They're Democrats. They're the Democratic Central Committee. They're not the rank and file Democrats. Holbrook, defend yourself. Derek Wallace is asking you to sue him. Derek Wallace wants to come on and take a polygraph test. The salacious things they say about Holbrook and in the LGBT community, the salacious things they say about Mark, the big faggot boy, Kern. And I'm the bad guy? No, I don't think so. I may not be a perfect guy, but I'll be damn, I'm not a bad guy, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. But that's how hypocritical these son of a bitches are. And Holbrook, I hope that the truth really comes out on these nasty allegations that Derek Wallace, who you used to live with, and he's swearing that this is all true. And again, it's alleged at this time. There's been no proof. It's alleged. And if anyone's guilty of being a pedophile, they need to be under the jail. Under the jail, not in jail, under the jail. Tom, Mr. Haney Holbrook, can you defend yourself? The Democratic Party won't. Here's one of the big leaders, Tom Holbrook. Would you trust him with an election? And I ask you, would you trust him with your children? I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm asking, Tom Holbrook. Can we trust you with the election? I personally wouldn't trust you with any child that I had anything to do with, but that's just my personal belief. But you see how bad guys we are, people? Those guys, Mark, the big faggot boy, Kern, and Tom, Mr. Haney Holbrook, Charlie Powell down in East St. Louis, a convicted felon for stealing votes, that they all went to his going away party. I think so. He wouldn't snitch on him. But that's okay. I'm not a snitch either. I want to applaud Charlie Powell for that. We're the bad guys, people. You need to understand. See, right here, you'll get it right here. You'll get the rest of the story. In the rest of the story, these guys are egregious, no-count, good-for-nothing bastards. Bob Sprague, I heard, that they were somewhat accosted, and I know I just heard this from, I guess, a decent source. Somebody insulted Patty Sprague, and that coward Bob Sprague ran to his car, left Patty there. Now, I'm going to try to get some cameras on that if we can. But do you understand what a coward Bob Sprague is? Understand what a piece of crap Bob Sprague, the leader of the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee, my ass, he's a little bitch boy. Didn't go to his dad's funeral, didn't go to his brother's funeral, won't defend his wife. How disrespectful. I'm going to start calling you Sprague, Bob Sprague, the coward, no-count, pamper-wearing son of a bitch. You coward. And every hit piece that goes out comes from 26 East Washington, and I exposed them for that. Now they're sending it out through other locations. He never puts his name on anything. What a coward this bastard is. And when he walks down the street, look at him, and people, please call him Bob the Coward Sprague, because that's what he is. He's a coward. They all hide. When I throw a rock at somebody, I wave both hands. I want them to know where that rock's coming from, because I'm a man. If nothing else, I'm a man. I'll live a man and I'll die a man. Unlike these no-count, low-life, rotten bastards. I have to say, tomorrow, Kurt Prenzler, he's a Madison County treasurer. He's running for county board chairman in Madison County. He will be our guest tomorrow. And I talked with his opponents, Madison County Chairman Al Dunston. Saturday night at a Halloween party, as a matter of fact. And I invited him to come on, but Mr. Dunstan said he was really too busy, so I'll take him at his word. But I always want to give everybody the opportunity to defend themselves. Let's do a little bit of this housekeeping because I never get to it. I want to say hi. Met a lot of good people over the weekend, and I do running these elections. John Mattenclot, want to say hello to you. He works for Smith Driveway, and I guess that's somewhere in Bethalto area. Want to say hi to you. I got to say hi to Cody Schutze, Quinn Schutze, Nick Bauer, and Sam Newton. These are honorable union guys, hard-working union guys, operators. One works for IBEW 1439, Nick Bauer. Quinn Schutze works for Local 513. Sam Newton, a machinist, and Cody Schutze, an operator out of 513. These guys are proud union men, and I love everyone that's proud of what they do. So you guys, they weren't the best-looking guys in town. They're from Missouri. Met them at the loading dock in Grafton. But I want to say, guys, great bunch of guys, 4 honorable men. I want to thank you for listening. They listen all the time. Also, I want to thank all our good friends in Parkfield Terrace. You know, they get a bad rap about danger sometime, but there are a lot of good people in Parkfield Terrace, and I want to say hi to all the guys and gals that I met over the weekend, and I wish you guys the best. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your friendship, and let's move on November the 8th and make a difference in St. Clair County. Krekovich Printing Company. I met a painting company. I met him at the Halloween party Saturday night, getting brain freeze here because I can't read my writing. I want to say hi to you, Dan, great guy. And also I want to thank Andy and Debbie Economy for putting on a great Halloween festivities at the AmVets Hall in Madison on Saturday night. All the proceeds go to the Animal Protection Agency, and they made $1,000. And I, out of honor of my son, donated a matching $1,000 because I love animals, people, and I know you guys do. Most people we can't like. They make us not like them, but animals, you can never not like an animal. So Andy and Debbie, thanks for a great time. Thanks for supporting a great cause, and I hope everybody continues to watch out for our children and our animals because they can't take care of themselves. Want to say hi to everybody in Freeburg. We're going to have a meet and greet in Freeburg Wednesday night. And I want to put a special salute out to our proud military hero, Mitch Spicer, and all the great people and friends of Freeburg, you know, and all in my legislative district. I've never in my life been so humbled at all the great and decent people in Lebanon, Scott Air Base, who know how much I respect the military heroes in Shiloh, Smithton, Freeburg, Millstadt, Allerton, Centreville, Cahokia, and East St. Louis. They've opened their arms and gave support for a fallen wretch like me, and I want to thank them for that. I have to tell you, win or lose this race, and I'm serious as a heart attack, win or lose this race, I've made a lot of great friends, new friends, and they've restored my faith. They have totally restored my faith in mankind and womankind. Elections, people come and go, but I'm going to tell you, the respect and friendship that I've made during this election year will last forever, and for that, I thank all you wonderful people. They can take these elections and shove them up their ass. They're politicians. They live and die these elections. Let's live and die to love our families, to love our life, to do something for our community. And you ask why politicians can all kiss my white, hairy, wrinkled, stinkled, red, white, and blue ass. Last but not least, I want to say hello to Casey and Peanut. They work for the Terminal Railroad of St. Louis. I want to salute all the hard-working railway guys. These guys work out of the Venice station, and thank you guys very much. They all listen, and it's very humbling, people. It's not about Bob Romanik. It's about the message. I'm just a messenger. I'm just an angry American who's commandeered the airways to tell it the way it is. We're going to take care of our housekeeping real quick. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to go crazier than we've been. The Pharaohs Motorcycle Club, coming up November the 4th from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's an annual Western dance. They're located at 8601 California Drive in Kaysville, and we want to thank you guys. These guys aren't a motorcycle gang. They're a motorcycle club, the Pharaohs Motorcycle Club. Thank you guys very much. Millstock Community Blood Drive, coming up Thursday, November the 10th from 4 to 8 p.m., sponsored by the Millstock Consolidated School District. We want to thank all the great people in Millstock. The Moose Lodge of O'Fallon, having their they're drawing on November the 13th. Tickets cost $6 for $5, and it's always for a good cause. The people at the Moose, all throughout the Mooses throughout all our cities and states, we want to thank you because it says it's a little lodge with a lot of moose heart. There's going to be a freezer of food, and all this money goes to a good cause. So if you people can make it out and support the Moose Lodge in O'Fallon, they sincerely appreciate it. The Wurt Mart Tea, coming up Sunday, November the 13th from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Mascoutah Moose Lodge, located at 111 North 2nd Street in Mascoutah. All you can eat. The radio station will be there when it's all you can eat. Hopefully you good people can too. Music by the Great Cactus Moon Band. The Quail Club Meat Shoot, coming up Sunday, November the 6th from noon till whenever. Any information, it's the Belleville Quail Club, established in 1949, long time. You can call the good people at the Quail Club, 476-1024. St. Peter's United Church of Christ in Ferguson, having their annual trunk or treat. I think that's over. Meet the candidates in Freeburg. I'll be there. Roger Cook, Ed Cockrell, Carl Officer, Gary Carnwell, Dallas Cook, Laninia Kaysen will be at Scooters at 301 Marketplace Drive in Freeburg this Wednesday, November the 2nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Come out. We'll answer any questions. We're very transparent. And we want to thank Mary Dombacher, Judy LaFleur Bartelsman, and Jean Quirin Friedrich for the putting this on. Great people. They're concerned about our community. I hope the rest of us are. Old Salt Union will be playing at Fisher's Restaurant on Friday, November the 4th for the 60th annual Chicken and Beer Dance by our good friends at the Belleville Fire Department. You can stop by any fire department and get some tickets, and please support our great firefighters in Belleville and all throughout this country. What else do we have here before we get out of here? American Legion Post, 1255, located at 201 Isler Road, will be hosting a meat shoot Sunday, November the 6th. It'll start at noon, and if you have any questions, you can call the post commander. Jimmy's a great guy at 538-5445. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, for the best of all of our great radio stations. You can listen to my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. and now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Please like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. Go to my personal Facebook page, Fans of the Grim Reaper, or Bob Romanik for State Representative. And as always, do not forget the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook. On this date, October the 31st, 834 people, the first All Hallows Eve was observed by all the churches, established by Pope Gregory IV to honor all the saints. On this date, October the 31st, 1864, Nevada became the 36th state in this great United States of America. On this date, October the 31st, 1926, Houdini, the great magician, died from complications resulting from a punch in the stomach. On this date, October 31st, 1941, Mount Rushmore Memorial was completed after 14 years of hard work. On this date, October the 31st, 1990, a jack-o'-lantern was carved from an 816-pound pumpkin. That's what happened on this date, October the 31st, throughout all these years in our world's history. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I want to tell you, good people, it's not only a national movement to take back our country, it's also a local and a regional movement. We the people, we can take back our country on November the 8th, 2016. If we don't take it back now, it's going to be way, way too late. Everybody understands what's going on. We understand the complexity of this election. We understand that something has to change. They always talk about change in an election. Things have to change. Well, people, they don't have to change. They must change this November. And I want to talk about my opponent, LaToya Greenwood, her and her daddy. They hired this asswipe, this fat, no-good, slop-eating son of a bitch, Garrett Harner, the attorney out of Belleville. He's the one that's supporting Sprague, who is supporting not giving anybody down in East St. Louis a penny. Sprague supports, and he's on the opposite side with you people in East St. Louis. He gets $50,000 a month, people, to represent Monsanto. The same Monsanto that's brought all that cancer down to you good people in East St. Louis. And Sprague wants your support come this November? How hypocritical can this no-good coward be? He's fighting against you people in East St. Louis. Do you understand me? He works for Monsanto, gets $50,000 a month. That's more than you people make in a year. He's trying to fight to give you no money down there. And now all of a sudden, your attorney sends something out. Oh, we're going to make a settlement. Think about it, people. I believe you could get 10 times as much as you're getting. I personally believe, my belief is Bob Sprague is selling you people out along with their attorneys. Why the hell would the attorneys fighting Sprague ask you people to support Bob Sprague's ticket? You know why, the old okey-fadoke. How pathetic is this when there's poor people in East St. Louis dying of cancer that need money for them and their families, need money for medicine, for medical treatment, and Bob Sprague is fighting the attorney for Monsanto? He is Monsanto. He represents Monsanto at $50,000 a month, this coward bastard. And then he's going to ask you to support the Democratic ticket. I hope you good people below the hill, both black and white, understand how they've manipulated you good people all these years. Now, Bob Romanik's not perfect. I've never stole from anybody in my life. I love people. I love helping out people. Kern, the faggot boy Kern, and Bob the coward Sprague, they've been screwing you people below the hill and above the hill for the last 50 years. Don't let it continue, people, on March the 8th, 2016. But how hypocritical is it? People are dying of cancer. And think about it, people above the hill that don't have a dog in the fight. Sprague is fighting to keep money from the people of East St. Louis, the same people that he's going to ask for their support. LaToya Greenwood and her daddy, Lonzo Greenwood, they give Garrett Harner, who's part of this problem, $200,000-$300,000 a year of your taxpayers' money. And LaToya wants a third taxpayer's job so she can make $250,000 a year so her daddy can get jobs from Madigan and Springfield. You think about it, people in East St. Louis. Greenwood's on his way out come April of next year. LaToya won't even send her kids to the school district where her dad's the president of the school board, runs the school district, and she makes $100,000 a year as a do-nothing secretary for her daddy. 18 family members on the payroll. And Bob Romanik's a bad guy. I will fight for the good people of East St. Louis as I have done for the last 20 years. You guys know that. I don't have to tell you. I'll go up there and put my political foot up Madigan's ass. I don't give a damn about Madigan. I don't give a damn about any of them up there. I'll give a damn about the people in the 114th Legislative District. And if that's not good enough, people, there's nothing else I can do. We're going to miss the opportunity. We're going to miss the opportunity to destroy these bastards. One last shot, not just for us political people, but for all of us, all the good citizens of St. Clair County. Ed Cockrell just walked in. He's probably the most qualified candidate ever for St. Clair County Board of Review. And he's livid over this situation yesterday. Joanne Reed, you remember the lady? You know, she's got that nasty thing on her face. If it gets any bigger, she'll be twins. Anyway, Joanne Reed, unlike us, she got her total record expunged when she was the disgraced mayor of Allerton. And now she's going back to run for mayor of Allerton. But see, she can do that. This nasty, skanky, really bad-wearing wig, low-life piece of crap, Joanne Reed, there's been a complaint made yesterday at the early voting in Cahokia about possible, alleged at this time, vote buying. And Joanne Reed was at the center of it. But see, Joanne Reed has told people, I'm not worried. I'll get it expunged. I got Bob Sprague, Brendan Kelly, all of them, the Democrats. They'll watch out for me. Well, people, they're not watching out for us, the true citizens of St. Clair County. That's Democrats, Republican, men, women, black and white. You've heard me a million times. I don't think she cares because she's going to get her record expunged again. How egregious is that? A woman running for mayor after she was disgraced and run out of office with felonies when she was the mayor of Allerton. Now she's going to slap us all in the face and run for mayor again. But anyway, there's been other allegations. And Ed Cockrell, you were there. And I want to say Mike Crockett, what a piece of crap he is. You know, they screw up Cahokia, then they move out of Cahokia, but that's for another day. But, Ed, you were down there for Tom, Mr. Haney Holbrook, has had some salacious allegations made against him, and they're alleged at this time. He has no credibility in my eyes, and he says the elections are okay, they're fair. If they're fair, Cahokia must not be in his jurisdiction anymore.
Bob, I want to tell you, I've been a part of the electoral process running in elections for 33 years, since 1983. What I observed to me didn't surprise me, but it certainly disappointed me, not only for Cahokia, Centreville Township, St. Clair County, state of Illinois, but the entire nation. Because it's sad to see people operate and function under a cloud of intimidation, and that people have to go begging for something, and they check them off a list and give them a palm card, and then they go collect money later. But I plan to go talk to Brendan Kelly and tell him what I saw, not what I heard, but what I saw. Right. I mean, with my own eyes, I've got pictures.
Well, there's a deputy that witnessed it too. So
absolutely.
I think there's going to be a problem.
This isn't what I heard somebody say, or what, then. A certain county board member candidate threatened me, and that's okay. He can threaten me. That doesn't bother me, but that'll only happen once.
Well, who was it?
I'm not going to say.
Okay, well,
I'm not going to say, Bob, but I'm going to tell Brendan Kelly.
Well, here's the situation, people. They have somebody, they tell you to go get a palm card from this one gentleman. He gives a palm card. They go in and vote that palm card.
Well, that's after he checked their name off.
After you check their name off, then they take the palm card to this lady, this skanky lady, and I won't mention her name, and then she takes the palm card like a receipt and gives them money. Now, that's been going on in Centreville Township forever. I thought East St. Louis was bad. I think East St. Louis is somewhat cleaned up. But they got to know, Ed. But see, it's a federal election. There's going to be federal people out. But this lady, well, not this lady, Joanne Reed has made the statement. People have heard her. I don't care. I won't get in any trouble. Now, what does that tell you about the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption?
Well, they just got it covered, Bob. Here, it's not going to cost you anything but a little time. Go ahead and do it. And I just, I felt sorry for people. Because if that's the only way they know how to do things, that's a pretty sad statement of affairs.
That's not the only way. It's a criminal way, and we got to stop it. Brendan Kelly. This needs to stop now. When Holbrook, you rotten, no-count, good-for-nothing, ass-white bastard, when you say and sit there and say that we have a fair election. There's been people that have hit my name and it's went to my opponents. Then they get it fixed. That's uncalled for. That's uncalled for, Holbrook. That's uncalled for. The St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption has to go. Let's stick by, Ed. Stick by. We'll be back right after this break. And I'm one pissed off son of a bitch, people. And you people ought to be too, because they're stealing from you as much as they're stealing from the candidates. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting. Well, it's worse than insane. We're nuts. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical radio, and you haven't seen anything yet, people. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud. You hear me? Proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. You know, this election process, I about lost my voice. I've been out everywhere. I've been preaching. I've been yelling. I've been screaming, as we all do. But I tell you, win, lose, or draw this election, we've brought these political thieves to their knees, especially Mark, the big faggot boy Kern, if you know what I mean. I think he does his best work on his knees, and I know you know what I mean. People, the time has come. We have to stop. We have to stop these no-good son of a bitches. And I mean these political parasitical punks, these vultures. They've taken all the meat off our bones. I've got Kern here in an article, and it's nice. It says Kern's lying and saying that the Air Force supports him. Our brave military, they don't support anybody. They support our country. But Kern will sit there and lie and say the United States Air Force on his webpage. That's what a lying bastard he is. And then I like it here. He says, Mark Kern, he says, guilt by association. Mark Kern threw a going-away party for his felon, Charlie Powell, when he went to prison. But again, people, that's how hypocritical they are. It's do as I say, not as I do. But we're going to beat these bastards. They put all these hit pieces out. Ed, you've been around as long as me in politics. These guys are desperate. They have nothing positive to say about themselves, so they're going to put some half-truths out. They're going to put a bunch of lies out. They're going to put all this propaganda out, and they think the people of St. Clair County are stupid. If I'm a person in St. Clair County, I vote against them bastards just because they think that they're stupid.
Bob, you're right, and it's an injustice to the taxpayers. It's an injustice to the voters and the integrity of the process. But Bob, I know everybody's mad and they're tired of all the trash that's being mailed and on TV and everything. But folks, just hold out. We've got 8 more days. We can vote against these salty dogs and get them out of there. Because we have to stick together. We have to enjoy it. I mean, go to the courthouse if you want to vote. And if you don't want to use the machines, ask for a paper ballot. They'll do that for you.
No, they won't. You can't get a paper ballot at the courthouse.
Well, okay. I saw somebody get one the other day, Bob.
They said they printed, well, then Holbrook lied again. They printed 110% and they're saving the rest. They said unless we spooked them, they said if you don't want to vote on the machine, you have to wait till election day to vote. That's what was...
I don't know what to say. I saw somebody get a paper ballot, unless it was an absentee ballot or something. I don't know.
Well, no,
it could have been. Okay, but what I'm saying, folks, if you don't go to your polling place, you'll get a paper ballot.
Yes,
there.
you will.
But you've got my cell 618-406-5767. If anybody's tried to intimidate you, anybody's giving you any kind of problems at all voting, you call me. I'll come and help you, and we'll go to the state's attorney and we'll get it straightened out. Because I'm sick and tired of what I saw yesterday. I don't ever want to see that again.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
And you know, Bob, here's the problem I've got. It's the boys up here in St. Clair County, boys and girls. I mean, there's girls too. up here in Belleville in St. Clair County, enabling that to go on all over the place.
Yep.
Because they're the ones that put up the money. They're the ones that that make that type of environment, because that's how they win. That's how they cheat, and that's how they win, and that's just wrong. Yep. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care if that offends somebody. I really don't care. That's just the truth.
Well, speaking of offending somebody, I just heard from a good source that the LGBT queer community is endorsed, give a surrounding and a renounding and a procrounding endorsement, I don't know what those words mean, but it sounds good, of Mark the Big Faggot Boy Kern. And Mark the Faggot Boy Kern, your parents have to be awful proud of you. Yeah, sure they are. I guess Hitler's people were proud of him too, but hey, that's for another day. And Tom, Mr. Haney Holbrook, you lying bastard to say this election's going to be fair. It hasn't been fair. And Tom, please, if you would, just a personal favor to Bob Romanik, stay away from the young children. Just because, stay away from them. I ask you, Tom, Mr. Haney Holbrook, part of the St. Clair County Democratic Culture of Corruption. Mark, the Big Faggot Boy Kern, part of the Democratic Culture of Corruption. Bob, I wear diapers and piss in my pants. Sprague, the big coward, won't even defend his wife. Part of the St. Clair County Democratic Culture of Corruption, and they're associated with all their candidates, but that's okay. No, it's not, people. Don't let them win. You're not stupid. They've insulted all of us with all this political propaganda. So let's pay them back. Let's pay them back on November the 8th, 2016. Let's wipe their asses clean. Let's get them out of St. Clair County. We've got 4 years that we can try to reconstruct the once great St. Clair County. Let's do that, not just for us, but for our families and future generations. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow, and as I told you, Mark, the Big Faggot Boy Kern, filed another complaint trying to stop me from speaking my mind, stop me from expressing my First Amendment rights that our brave military heroes have died to give us. Kern, you'll never stop me. This voice, the voice of freedom, will continue, you rotten bastard. You may think you're big shots in St. Clair County, but it's bigger than St. Clair County. It's bigger than all of it. It's called freedom that our brave military heroes, past, present, and future, have fought and some died for. So if you think you can silence me, I can silence you, Kern. Get down on your knees if you know what I mean, and I think you do, you faggot boy. So let's continue, people, because Romanik's in this fight forever. The election's bullcrap. Don't give a damn. I'm going to fight these bastards until we destroy them like they're trying to destroy us. So remember, on November the 8th, you, all of us, the good people of St. Clair County, Democrats, Republican, men, women, black and white, can make a difference. And I say all the listeners all throughout the region, the hundreds of thousands of listeners that we have over Missouri, up north in Illinois, down south in Missouri, you can do the same thing. We're all in this same boat. So let's continue, all of us, all throughout this region, to unite, to expose these rotten bastard, politically corrupt, perverted son of a bitches that we call politicians. And on November the 8th, a week from tomorrow, let's do our job as good citizens of this great country. Let's destroy the enemy once and for all. Politically, of course, right here on the dark side.